Guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for joining today. If you are new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe below and support the movement. Thank you so much. Today's video I want to talk about some things you need to consider when selecting courses in Canada. There are certain things you need to put into consideration. That's the first point. Then the second point I'll be discussing about is the issue of the age. All right, let me indicate here age issue. Now, when you go to a college, before I even proceed with these things that you need to consider when selecting a program, first, remember, as an international student, it doesn't matter if you are applying to which place. The first thing you need to put into consideration are your documents. Make sure you bring your documents together. What I notice is that a lot of international students want to apply to schools in Canada, across Europe, across the UK, but you do not have transcripts. How do you intend to apply for the programs when your transcript is not available? Now, there is a school that was open a few days ago. I told someone to apply. We have been talking for a month, but when this school was open, this young man was not prepared. You have to get your transcript ready. You have to get your certificate ready, originals. Your transcript, yes, we understand that getting transcript in some countries is difficult, but start preparing like 6 months before you do the application. It's just that most of us, we are not prepared, we are not ready. At most, we just jumped into doing things whereas we didn't plan for it. You have to start by getting your transcript. Transcript is very important. Without a transcript, the admissions team will not process your admissions. Your diploma is not even important. Your degree is not important. Your transcript shows the courses that you studied. It is from your transcript that they are going to decide if they are going to take you or accept you into that program. So get your transcript ready. Now, let's go to the part when you are going to be looking at universities. When you go to a school website, first, know the course you want to study. Choosing a course in Canada. Let's talk about Canada. Let's not drift it to Europe, all right? Selecting a program in Canada to study is one of the very best things. Remember, you are not just applying to gain admissions. You are applying to get a visa. And if you do not convince the visa officer enough, you will not get that visa. You must prove beyond reasonable doubt that you need this visa. And how are you going to need the visa? First, I'm coming back to some things that I said few weeks back. If you have a bachelor's degree in finance or accounting, then let's assume that was 6 years ago. Now, you own your own business. You own a cosmetic shop. Maybe you own a delivery company, right? Excellent. You are a degree holder in accounting, but now you own a business. This is just a business. Let's forget about what you sell. You own a business. What you should be looking at now, if you want to apply to community colleges, should be business-related programs. Yes. Remember, you're applying for business-related programs because first, you would explain to the visa officer that you now own a business and you would like to push this business further. Why not even open more supermarkets in your environs or where you were born or in your community? This way you are contributing to the employment rate of your country. That is the reason why you want to study business administration or business management, because you intend to open another supermarket or more supermarkets or 2 or 3 supermarkets in your home country. This way you are going to contribute to the employment rate by employing youths. And if you do not have this knowledge of business administration, though you studied accountancy, it will be difficult for you to process. This is how you explain these things. This is how you explain these things and let the visa officer know that you need a visa. Yes, this is how you go about the explanation. Now, another scenario may be if you graduated with geography at BSc level 4 years ago and now you are a teacher teaching in a primary school, right? You might just be looking at programs like curriculum studies and early childhood education. The reason why you are taking these courses is because you want to find a reason to convince a visa officer to give you the visa, right? Now you are going to tell the visa officer that though you have a BSc in geography 4 years ago, now you have decided to take early childhood education. You want to study early childhood education or curriculum studies because you are a teacher and have been teaching for 2 or 3 years, and you want to empower a lot of youth, or you want to open a primary school within your community because you notice that your community has shortage of schools and your community is suffering from war crime or maybe some things, you understand. Look for a way to tailor your stuff to look like you want to open a school. You want to contribute your quota to the school curriculum, right? And without the knowledge of curriculum studies, without the knowledge of early childhood education, you may not be able to teach these children when you eventually open the school, or you may not be able to contribute by looking into the affairs of your school. And however, you have to contribute more into the school you are currently teaching, but make sure you always link it back to something back home. You are telling them that you have to open your own school, and without the knowledge here, you will not be able to teach, right? The knowledge here in curriculum will help you gain more ground. This is how you explain all these things. Now let's go to the other part where you let's say you are applying, you want to apply, but maybe you are thinking that you are too old, you have a degree already, and you are thinking that maybe a diploma program will not be suitable for you. I have gotten people like this coming to my inbox and telling me that, Milton, my father said that I already have a bachelor's degree. If I apply for a diploma, they will not give me a visa. I have a master's degree. If I apply for a diploma, they will not give me a visa. National students, this is not how it works. Yeah, I know people with master's degree and bachelor's degree, they are in Canada studying. They got study visas. I even know someone, in fact, someone is moving to Canada very soon. All right, I gave her the admissions letter. She has a bachelor's degree from the University of Boya in Cameroon. You understand? But she's going for a diploma program. 2 years, I got it for her. So these are some of the things that you need to. Visa application to Canada does not look into what you studied before. Of course, they will look into it, but do you have more reasons to give them, to convince them to give you the visa? That should be your question. Does your program have a linkage? Is it linked to what you actually studied in school 1 year ago, if in case you just graduated? Or is it linked to what you are currently doing at the moment, right? Since you graduated with economics, are you working as an economist, or do you have anything related to economics you are doing? What are you doing at the moment? If you are a hairdresser, excellent. There are colleges in Canada that will permit you to do hairdressing. All you need to do is to know how to arrange your program, how to arrange your story, how to write your statement of purpose, or how to bring out your reasons, letter of intent, letter of explanation. These are some of the things that you need to put into consideration. And remember, when applying for a community college in Canada and not a university, this is what I usually recommend to the broke community. Because as a chairman, I have to make sure that you do the right thing. If you are broke, if your parents don't have enough money, don't select a 2 years program in Canada. The reason why I'm saying do not select a 2 years program in Canada is because 2 years program, diploma programs, especially those that are very expensive, will need you to prove that you have all your tuition fee. Let's assume your tuition fee is $14,000 a year. Now, the embassy will want to see 2 years of your tuition fee, complete tuition fee, which is $28,000, before extra cost for living expensive, which is $10,000, before extra miscellaneous. So if you look at it very well, you will see that you need a lot of money. The higher, or let's say, the more your study program extends, or the more the years of your study program, the more the money you need to sacrifice for your proof of funds. Now, for those who are going to be sponsoring you or doing the proof of funds for you, or who can stand for you, it is not something, again, you need to look at me, because there are a lot of videos on this YouTube channel about proof of funds to study in Canada and a whole lot. I even do how to do because it's different now from Nigerians and it's different now for other Africans. So please, you need to put this into consideration. All right. When applying for a college, look at the requirements. What are the requirements they need? Are they asking for English proficiency? Are they asking for mathematics? Are they saying that you must have physics or chemistry at high school before you can be admitted? Then you launch your application. Look at the tuition fee. How much is it? How much is the first deposit I'm supposed to pay? Am I supposed to pay 500, 250, 200, or 1000 or 25? Or am I supposed to pay half of the tuition or the entire tuition? You need to look at this into consideration. Look at it very well. Then, when you are applying again for the college, how long does it take? Well, this one may not necessarily be a problem, because I think that you can always sort it out. But the issue of requirements, the issue of documentation, there are colleges that will ask you not to submit transcripts. There are colleges that will ask you to submit transcripts. There are colleges in Canada that will tell you that when uploading your document, make sure you add your IELTS exam score. But there are others that will not ask you this. So you need to put this into consideration. It is very, very important. All right. Always put this into consideration before you apply for a school. Not that almost all colleges in Canada have an application fee. Someone was telling me that, Milton, NBCC closed the portal. I was struggling looking for my application fee. And I have been singing on this channel that all colleges in Canada have an application fee. Please put this into consideration. It is very, very important. Yes, it is important. So these are some of the things that we need to pay attention to, guys. Please pay attention to all of this. It is important. Looking at the age, a lot of people think that if they are 40, 41, 42, 45, 46, 48, they cannot get a study visa. As a matter of fact, this was something I posted on my Facebook page, and a lot of people were debating, and I told them, guys, look, what you guys are saying is not correct. All right. Now, of course, when you are increasing in age, when your age is multiplying, that is how your chances of getting a study visa declines. But now you need to convince the visa officer beyond reasonable doubts that you need this visa, you want to study, and what are the things that you need to be explaining. First, do you work? If you work, excellent. What are you doing? If what you are doing has some similarities with the program you are applying to, let's assume that maybe you are a financial accountant. Then you take maybe a particular course called financial accounting. This is just an assumption though. I'm not an art student. I don't know all these things. Now, the visa officer will see that you are doing a course that is related to your job description. But remember, you need to prove that you are working at this job site. You are taking a study program that is related to your job description. Let's assume that you had just a bachelor's degree and you didn't study that particular course in school. Now, right, you are now telling the visa officer in your statement of purpose why you want to study that course. Is it that you want to study it to gain maybe promotion, or is it that you want to study it because you want to get more information, so when you return back, you would be teaching, or you will continue working as a financial accountant or whatsoever, right? So the more your age, the lesser your chances of getting the visa, but the higher your chances in case you explain properly on your statement of purpose, right? Yes. Don't go and you're applying for a visa. You didn't tell the visa officer why at this particular age you want to study this particular program you choose. It must be related to your field of study. And again, they will look at the longevity of the job you have been doing, right? And when you tell them that you want to study this particular course, they will look at your transcript. Is this course on your transcript? So if it is not on your transcript, you are good to go. This is why I always insist that go to the course website or the course description and read some of the available fields and of course the programs available for you to study, or some of the things when you finish the program, what you are going to become in future. Then you quote to them that you want to study this program because you want to return back home with a higher position and secure a higher position, and of course gain more promotion. This way you can get a visa with ease without any issue. So you need to put these things I'm talking about into practice. Look at them. All right. I'm still going to talk about those that will be selling properties in order to migrate abroad. All right. Please stay tuned until we meet again in another one. Peace.